Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, host of a Totally Turtle sports and gaming YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern Podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core, it is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And today we'll be talking Green Lantern 141 and 142. Once again, flying through this Judd Winnick run. So,
yeah, absolutely. Oh, and for your sanity and well-being, you now have to change the opening because there's no more superhero movie brackets, man.
I know. I keep meaning to. Trust me, William. I've been working on that in my head. Yes. I mean, it's there. People can listen to the whole series. It's on.
Yeah.
It's on.
They can share your pain, right?
Exactly. Well, it's. Hey, I understand. On the others, it's entertaining to watch it. The living through it is,
something else.
All right, so again, not much Green Lantern news because, yes, we just recorded a few days ago, but we both ordered through different sources our new Kyle Rayner Funko, so.
That's right. Mine will hopefully be here before Christmas, not that I ordered it for Christmas. I just ordered it, so.
Exactly, and mine should be here by the end of the week, so, yes. But, you know what else I don't know if you saw the rest of the series. I don't know how many other figures, but it's like a Justice League series. It's not like a Green Lantern series. The Flash one looked pretty cool. Like it looks like might be a Wally West because I don't think you can like see the eyes or anything. But yeah, I might actually pull the trigger on that.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the looks. I forget what other ones were in this series, but I like the looks of them. They're a little different.
Okay, now right before we went on air, you were telling me about A Grave Injustice.
Oh, yes. Okay. So fans of people like Grave been listening to us for a long time know we used to do a Quasar podcast, over 150 episodes. Remember the trouble we had finding that damn Marvel Legends Quasar figure? And we had to like order off Walgreens. Yeah.
He's back there somewhere. Yes.
Okay, so remember we had to jump on the Walgreens website right away before they sold out, and all this, and because they sold them in no stores, at least nowhere near us. I walked into my local Walgreens today. I just happened to be walking through that aisle. There was 2 damn Quasar figures in that aisle.
Cool. Did you buy them?
No, I should. But I'm just like, remember all the pain and suffering, and we're like, where are we going to be able to order this thing?
And there's 2 just right there.
And now, there was just 2 sitting there. I was like, oh, son of a. And then it's like, I already have that and too. And now, like, I'm glad someone else can share that. But I'm like, I already have it. I'm like, how about putting out that damn Moon Knight that came out before Quasar? I think that's sold out just as quickly. You know what I should do? You know what I should do? I should have faith. I should go down tomorrow, buy both of them, sit on them for however long I have to, and then when he hits the MCU, be like, oh, who wants to buy $100 Quasar figures?
What they need now is we got to have a Funko Pop, right? I mean, how is it not just kind of almost a crime that, all of these characters have had, some have had multiple Funkos and yet still no Quasar Funko.
What would be awesome? I know they'll never do this, but it's like, I don't know if you saw, there's like a Captain America Funko set. I think it's like 4 or 5 different figures, but like each one is like different. There's like a World War II, I think, with the triangle shield. There's like the round shield. There's like one in like the armor Grunwald put him in, Yeah. And I think there's like a more current one. What if they did that with Quasar with all his different costumes?
That would be awesome.
Yes.
you would definitely sell at least 2 here, and I'm sure Conan would buy one. I
There's
bet you
3.
I bet you 4. I bet you Ray would get that.
Yep.
If he could get his hands on it. Yeah. Hire us, Marvel.
That's right.
But, I mean, Quasar has to be coming to the MCU. I mean, did you watch the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer?
Yes, I think so.
Our favorite,
yes,
our favorite a-hole, Adam Warlock's in that trailer. So I'm like, Adam Warlock, come on, give us Quasar.
Yeah. Did you watch the holiday special?
Yes, I did. Did you?
Yes. Was that Mark Hamill in the holiday special? In like just one quick scene, a bearded guy that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think. Although, I mean, don't you think they'd be trumpeting that even if there was 2 seconds of Mark Hamill? They'd be like, "Yeah, no, Mark Hamill's in there."
Because he, he likes to say that, if I think I saw it on Twitter where he's like, somebody said something was bad, and he goes, "Yeah, I agree. Something I know bad because I was in the Star Wars holiday special, or something like that."
Oh, that'd be awesome. No, I know. I love the holiday special just because it was it's an MCU thing, but again, still waiting for Ray was a mention of Batman, my favorite character. Be a hero, Kevin Bacon. Hi, Batman. I was like, yes. I don't know if that's like a little Easter egg because after Guardians 3, James Gunn's going fully DC probably, but it's I'm just like I would have loved to see Ray, even if I had to watch him over the computer, just watching the holiday special and be like, son of
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
I can see his young son saying, "Who's Batman, Daddy?" No, we don't mention that name in this house.
That name is not allowed.
Batman, my favorite character. He's everywhere, Ray. Nice. He's coming for you. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's really no Green Lantern comic news. Oh, I think in what is it, 2 weeks maybe? Is it 2? Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks. Dark Crisis number 7 the final issue comes out. So
cool. I think I read the first issue, but I've been stacking the other ones up to read. So I guess it's our only Green Lantern content, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you because I'm sure I'll read it before you, so I'll let you know where they leave all the lanterns at that point.
Maybe where they were supposed to be at the end of the last series. I don't know.
Exactly. Yes, Dark Crisis number 7. You'll know it by our Lord and Savior Richard Grayson on the cover, all hanging there, glowing. I don't know. I don't know if that's figurative or if he's literally going to have powers, or if we're going to rebuild the multiverse off of Dick Grayson's lights and sunshine. Yes.
And we've also got. Let's see. When did you say Dark Crisis was coming out?
What, number 7?
Yeah.
I think it's in 2 weeks. It's like the week, of Christmas. I think it's like the 20th or whatever. It comes out.
Okay. And we decided that Emerald Knight was going to be the 27th, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah. But
so
again, it's been pushed back. It's been pushed back a month. So who knows if that was supposed to take place before Crisis number 7, Dark Crisis 7. So
yeah. Who knows, right?
Yeah. And then did I see I swear I saw a headline today. They're like, "Oh yeah, expect more paper shortages for comics in 2023."
I hope not. I still got to get Crossover Division 4 printed.
Oh, that's right.
That makes me worried.
Might have to start your own
printing press.
Yes, your own mill to make paper out of wood. You might have to chop down your own trees and learn how to make paper. Will.
And then build my own printing press, and then 10 years later, 1 copy, just 1,000 more to go.
And your wife saying, "How much money are we putting into this?"
What is wrong with you?
I thought it was bad when you were buying your books and your toys. Now what?
Yeah, now you're doing what?
Oh, I wonder. I was going to say, I wonder if anyone could, if you had your own printing press, be like, "Hey, Marvel, I'll rent it out to you," or DC, I'll rent it out to you for a good price.
I'm sure. I mean, of course, I think they print up in Canada, don't they? And some I mean, but the thing is, you still have to have paper. So if there's a paper shortage, unless you just happen to be sitting on a lot of paper with a printing press.
I live in the woods. You can chop down some trees.
Nice.
I'm almost done with Quantum Leap. I got the last episode. That's it.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're still back in season 2.
Ooh.
How do you rank the seasons for me?
I mean, season 1's not bad, but it's probably my least favorite.
Okay.
I mean, the quality's pretty even across most of them. Although you could tell in season 5 they were trying to like amp stuff up. They changed that theme song, which I didn't like it when they changed the theme song. We got Evil Leaper, which was all right. We could tell they were trying to like get some more attention because they had the episode where the old man sees 8 UFOs. You got the one with is that Bigfoot? You know.
Gotcha.
And then what is it like? Yeah, that's two episodes before the finale. He leaps into his great grandfather in the Civil War.
Oh, I didn't realize that one. Okay, cool.
Yes. Captain John Beckett. Yeah,
Not supposed to be able to leap outside your lifetime.
but it was a genetic thing because it was his great grandfather.
Yeah. Nice.
And then there was a bunch of leaps with famous people in season 5. Like he was like Marilyn Monroe's bodyguard.
Oh.
and then the penultimate episode, Take a Drink, Future Lilith. He jumps into Elvis Presley.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to. The premiere of season 4, The Leap Home, when him and Al switch places.
Oh, I kind of remember that episode.
That's
I think
a
I
good
saw
one.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe season 4, 2, 3, and 4 pretty even.
I'd say pretty even. Yeah. I mean, but although by season 4 and 5, we're starting to get more. Sometimes we see like maybe Gushy or people back in the project, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
or we see people in the waiting room. Oh, that's the other famous person he leaped into in season 5, Dr. Ruth.
Oh, that's right. I think I remember seeing something about that. I didn't see the episode, but I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yes, it's awesome, especially at the end when he's kicking some guy's ass. It's awesome. And then Al's talking to Dr. Ruth in the waiting room. Yes.
And she's helping him out, huh?
Well, that's great because at the end you don't see Sam leap, you see Dr. Ruth leap, and then the next person leaps in and it looks like a vampire.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm telling you, man, they came out guns a-blazing in season 5, which because I believe they said, I think at first they didn't think it was going to end at 5. They were already planning a season 6. So I think that series finale was originally only going to be a season finale.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering if maybe that, they just did that and then they were like, oh, it's the end of the series. Okay, we'll just tack on that little sentence at the end there.
Yeah, never left home. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do after you meet God? I
don't know.
know.
Keep on keeping on. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, we've said it before, but yeah, I mean, the new Quantum Leap is good, but yeah, I don't think you can beat Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell's chemistry.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, you're right. I like the new one a lot because I like that we have that balance between present time and then the leaps.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So we have more characters and
that's the thing. Like I said, they started getting into that a little tiny bit at the end of the original Quantum Leap, but yeah, the current one, yeah, they do that a lot more. I mean, you got Ernie Hudson. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly. Which that was the leap. That was Hollywood. The leap into his brother. No, he leaped into Hollywood to save his brother.
No,
in
Magic.
Vietnam.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic. Yes. yeah. It was part 2, The Leap Home. Yes. First he leaps into his 16-year-old self, and then he leaps into Magic to save his brother and his whole platoon in Vietnam. Yeah. And there's so many people, like famous people, like you'll see like early appearances of in this show.
Hmm.
Well, Patrick Warburton was in that. When he was in Vietnam with his brother.
Oh,
Jennifer Aniston, Brooke Shields.
Terry Hatcher.
Yes. Oh, I just watched one today with Neil Patrick Harris.
Wow. We need to get back on that. All right, I'll have to talk to.
Yeah.
I'll have to get that back on the schedule.
Which you figure, you're probably going to run into like a lot of famous people because, I mean, again, the nature of that show, especially with that original one. I mean,
Mhm.
again, to the acting skills of Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell, they were the only two mainstays. Pretty much every week, you had to create a whole new cast.
Brand new cast. Yep, absolutely.
And you had to act with them, and then depending who he leaped into, everyone had to like pretend he was a woman
Or a chimp.
chimp. Yes.
Or a
Yeah.
boxer. I don't know.
Yes. Oh, so great. One of my favorites.
Is this? Are we talking about Guy Gardner tonight?
I know, that's what I'm like. Oh. I looked at the clock. I was like, oh.
You know, it's as we were chatting about this a little bit before.
Yeah.
This run by Winnick is looked on favorably, like on Reddit and things like that. People seem to really like it, and maybe it's just because we haven't reached the end of it yet. But so far, I mean, I really, I mentioned earlier, I feel like these two issues could have been done in one. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know if he's like pacing himself to get where he wants to be by 150 or whatever. But
Mhm.
I wonder too. Again, this is like towards the end of 2001. So are we starting like it? Once we hit, we're in the 21st century now. Are we just like, oh, hey, we're going to collect these, or we're going to hopefully start collecting everything in trade? So,
Mhm.
kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah, that whole writing for the trade thing. I
Yeah.
mean,
Is this when we're like starting this? Maybe.
well, I don't know, potentially, but something else, excuse me, something else was bothering me. There doesn't seem to be, at least to me, a lot of drama. There just seems to be like this happens, and this happens. Or, you know, I'm, I feel like Mars really controlled, the pacing,
Yeah.
and the ups and downs of every issue so that you felt like you got a full issue. And I don't feel like Winnick's doing that for us,
What do you think?
right now, anyway.
I know we mentioned he's been doing a lot on the Kyle side as opposed to the Green Lantern side. You think maybe that's intentional though too, because it's like we want to show how human Kyle is, because on the Green Lantern side, I mean, he's basically becoming a god. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah.
um,
That's how he resists the temptation of ultimate power, unlike that a-hole Hal Jordan.
yes, a-hole, man. What
I
an
need
a-hole.
that. I need to just record that so I can hit my own button. That a-hole Hal Jordan.
Well, and it's weird because then if we look at like this issue, it hasn't been collected, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't.
check. I thought they had collected this run, but maybe not.
So yeah, I don't know.
I wonder again, or it's late 2001, if they're just like they're in the early stages of like, oh, hey, we may start reprinting some of this stuff, so everyone keep this in mind. Your run may be collected at some point.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's just
So I'm trying to remember when they started reprinting, like collecting everything.
Mm.
I mean, I know by New 52 we started collecting every issue.
Oh yeah.
But,
well, and definitely in Rebirth, the Rebirth era,
Yeah,
everything. I mean, I've got all the trades and hardcovers up there. So
maybe by Rebirth, Rebirth starts. I mean, at least for Green Lantern starts.
At least for Green Lantern,
reprinting everything. Yeah.
But I think it probably started earlier for. Go ahead, hit the button.
Oh yeah. Probably yeah. I mean,
Batman, my favorite character.
Yeah, but I mean everything, like every issue. I know, like for who we collects like Nightfall and all that stuff. But I'm just like the big events. I know they collected for him, but it's like I don't know about everything. I'm trying to remember when maybe around the time when they brought Jason Todd back. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. It's maybe there was just this weird time during the early 2000s that they didn't collect absolutely everything.
Because
I don't know.
I was trying to think. I'm like even over on the Marvel side, trying to remember when they started collecting everything. I'm like maybe when Civil War started, but what was that? Was that like mid 2000s?
I think I think that was later. But yeah, it's just weird. I really, I was thinking, hey, Judd Winnick, when we get to those, it's going to be great, and I've kind of been disappointed.
But again, too, I just wonder if he's more comfortable writing the human side, especially when maybe he's trying to compare and contrast the two sides of Kyle.
Yeah, and hey, we did get a Spectre appearance.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, Will, I know it's real quick this week, but hey, 3 weeks in a row, you're gonna get Hal Jordan, man. Oh, that's all. Oh, I already read those first 8 issues of the Spectre for next week. Oh, I love it.
They're still good, aren't they? I mean,
yes,
so good.
It's spoiler alerts, kids, with special guests Superman and
Batman, my favorite character.
All right,
that Bat guy.
Bat God. Yes. Oh, you mean Bat?
I am God.
All right. So should we do these issues?
Let's do it, man.
21 minutes in. Should we do these issues?
Yeah.
All right, kids. Green Lantern number 141. Well, volume 3, number 141, October 2001. House on Fire, part 1. Writer Judd Winnick, penciler Dale Eaglesham, inker Rodney Ramos, colorist Moose Bauman, letterer Chris Iliopoulos, and it doesn't give me the editor. All right. And then this beginning scene. Oh, what the hell's going on here? John Stewart is at the slab talking to Fatality. Her battles with the current Green Lantern did cost her both of her arms, which now have been replaced by high-end artificial arms and hands. Fatality is curious if John Stewart is looking for some kind of closure or why he compares his wheelchair situation with her artificial limbs. While Fatality is taking her clothes off, she talks about how John created his existence, but gives no further clues to what she means by that. Instead, she hints she may be looking for some physical contact when he visits her next time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, it just seems so out of character for her. Yeah, because before it's like, oh, you destroyed my whole planet, you must die. Every Green Lantern must die, and now she's.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, could it be the trauma of getting her arm blown off? But I'm just like, I don't know. Again, I remember reading these new. I mean, I like Winnick's run. It's very different than Ron Mars's. To me, it's slower, but I enjoy it. But like, yeah, the whole characterization of Fatality never rung great with me.
I mean, and I was always like, okay, wait a minute. Yes, John screwed up and your planet died, which was horrible. But he didn't blow your planet up.
Yeah.
That was Darkseid.
Yeah.
Why don't you go after Darkseid?
Pick your battles, Will.
Okay.
I mean, if she found a big enough weapon or power source, I'm sure she would, but it's like.
Well, I mean, it seems kind of like, they at least tried to save your people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they failed, but they were at least trying. So you're going to blame them for trying? If they wouldn't have tried,
yeah,
they would have still got blown up. So what's the deal?
Yeah,
very irrational.
And I'm just like, she's trying to seduce him all of a sudden. I'm like, what is with that? I'm like, unless, I mean, if we would have had like saw her thoughts or just see her be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like sit on top of him and then try to stab him, I'd be like, okay, I get that, but. And what's with those glasses John's wearing?
I don't
he's
know.
A blind man or something. I'm like, we never saw John Stewart wear glasses, right?
Yeah, that whole scene was just weird. I mean, okay, because then he's like, well, is she trying to just mess with me or is she not messing with me? Why am I coming back?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I get that he's trying to set the stage for the next issue reveal that there's nothing physically wrong with John. Sorry, spoilers. But he did that in such a kind of creepy way, and then gave her a power that she had never had before.
Oh
To
yes,
do
because
it. So
she can like read the weakness of
yeah.
just looking at people. Yeah, I mean it makes sense, but yeah, it's never been mentioned before, and it's just
hmm
the magic power. So we can
So that we
retcon.
can. Yeah, it was just a weird, and it's even weirder next issue,
Yes.
right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
to-
All right, but after having finished a business meeting, Kyle Rayner puts on his costume to support his girlfriend Jade, who is rescuing people out of a burning building. Firefighter Ben Holcomb thanks them, making it pretty obvious that he has a crush on Jade. Obviously, he told her.
yeah.
But their job is not done as Cal picks up another heat signature in the city. They enter an abandoned building which suddenly explodes. And while Jade was able to create a force field to protect herself, Cal receives massive burns on the back of most of his body. While he tries to get to his feet, 3 villains calling themselves Inferno show up, and they have not finished their work yet. And also, we should point out, yes, Cal at the first building, yes, they see more people in the building, so he sends in a couple constructs of himself to go.
hmm
So once again, creating a bunch of basically free moving constructs. Could be more people, and then once the building's clear, I mean, again, simple trick, but just bubbles up the building, kills all the oxygen, so the fire goes
Yeah.
out.
Him getting, okay, I get the plot point that he has to get badly burned so that he can magically heal himself in the
Yes.
next issue. But we've spent the last 4, 5, 6, 7 issues saying how good he is with the ring and how it's just so awesome with it, and then he gets taken surprised by an explosion that Jade, who's not as experienced as him or not as good as him,
I don't
is
want to
like,
say there's precedent, Will, but I mean, he did let him. I mean, it was Ron Mars, but I mean, he did let
yeah.
himself get shot by that Russian assassin.
Well, yes, but I mean that was
I know, he wasn't ioning it up. Yeah, I know.
yeah, he wasn't ioning it up at that point. I like that. Ioning it up. We'll have to make that a thing.
Ah, but don't even get me started on Inferno when we get there next issue. All right.
What did you think? I mean, okay, that's
Again,
that.
I said I like Winnick's run, but it's very different than Ron Mars's, and I think like much slower. I mean, I get everything you say. I agree,
Mhm.
but it's again the biggest problem I had during Winnick's run was the fatality
Ah,
characterization, which I thought was
mhm.
completely off.
Well, okay, so just to kind of jump in time a little bit, I don't know that Fatality gets treated very well because ultimately, doesn't she go Star Sapphire, get brainwashed by the Star Sapphires, and then her and John have a relationship or something?
I can't even remember. Yeah, it's been a while since I reread this. Maybe.
So, okay, I haven't read those, so I don't know how that
Yeah.
played out, but that's weird.
Well, even here, I mean, like I said, they messed up her characterization, I think, and it's like, two, she's only there as a plot device to one, get him out of that chair, and two,
Yeah.
basically, well, we basically see her from behind completely naked, except for a little bit of the uniform covering her butt. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, we're just
Gotcha.
doing that. And I know new artists, but I mean when you see her, man, look, she looks like she's been lifted in prison,
Yeah. With those fake, forearms, right?
I know. Oh yeah, because
Oh, and I do have a question when we get to the end of this next issue
okay.
about a line and about the art.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I know the line. I know the line. Yes. I was trying to look that up myself on the internet. Yeah. But what did you think of the art? Because we do get like a different artist.
I don't know. It doesn't the Eaglesham art. He's not the artist on the next issue, is he?
No, I don't think.
I think this issue looked fine. I think the next issue art, especially the last
Yeah,
page, just
yeah.
looks crazy, crazy weird.
Yeah. You're right. All right. Do you want to get to anything else on this one? Or you want to get to the next one?
No, I think we hit the the concerns with it, right?
Yeah. All right. So Green Lantern 142 from November 2001. House on Fire Part 2 by where's my team? All right. Judd Winnick. Yes, Eric Battle was the penciler.
Okay.
Inker Rich Faber. So yes, different penciler and inker. So colorist Alex Blayart. So different colorist. Letter Chris Iliopoulos and editor Bob Schreck. So yes, your penciler, inker, and colorist were different. So yes, that's why you're such.
Eaglestrom's a really good artist.
Yeah.
I think Battle had the beginnings of a good artist here, but it looked off.
And
they were just...
and once again, too, I mean, especially for a two-parter, like even like Eric Battle's fine, but the styles are so different. It's very jarring, especially if you're reading them back to back. You know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can have two great artists, but if their styles are completely different,
and if it's going to be
especially on a two-part story.
If it's going to be a two-parter, maybe you can have the same artist do both parts. I mean,
yeah. Unless there was like some kind of emergency, something, I don't know. That I swear, I think someone said, was it Chichester? Someone's like, yeah, that's why they don't do like fill-in issues anymore because of the trades. So you don't have like a different artist and breaking up the middle, and stuff. It's basically it's just like, yeah, your book's gonna be late. So
yeah. So suck it up, right?
Exactly. We see Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern Kyle Rayner flying through space, deep in thought. As he is flying through space, he passes by a giant rock on fire. Surprisingly, this causes Green Lantern great pain, and we realize that this is just a hallucination. Or now, we see Green Lantern on the ground in tremendous pain as a fire is raging on behind him. He tries to get up, but the pain is too great for him. The reason why is because his girlfriend Jade is fighting against a group called Inferno by herself. The battle between Jade and the group is causing massive damage throughout the streets of New York City. She's wondering why they are setting fire to the buildings, but they tell her that they are doing the world a service. Meanwhile, Kyle continues to heal himself. He then hears a voice. When he looks up, he sees Hal Jordan as the Spectre.
But he shouldn't remember that Hal's the Spectre, right?
I don't know. Well, one, I mean, we'll get to that next week, but people are starting to remember. And two, is his consciousness expanding?
He's ioning it up. Yeah.
Yes. Is he perceiving things that he didn't used to perceive, William?
I believe he might be.
Or maybe he's just hallucinating.
Yeah, for now.
Yes. Hal tells Cal that he's concentrating too much. There's Hal. There's our boy. You're thinking too much, kid. Meanwhile, at the slab again, we see former Green Lantern John Stewart talking to an inmate at the prison. It's Fatality. She wonders why he's visiting her so often, considering that he was there just last week. He tells her that they need to talk, but she tells him that she knows the reason why he's there at the prison. He's trying to figure out if she knows how to heal his legs after they were broken by Graven. She decides to make a deal with him. If he takes his clothes off, she'll tell him what she knows. He immediately throws the deal right back at her as John starts to leave. Fatality tells him to only take off his jacket and shirt. After joking about how well he's taking care of his body, John goes into a rage, telling her that she's embarrassing and humiliating him enough, and to just get straight to the point. She then tells him that the reason why she wanted him to take off his jacket and shirt was that they were blocking her sight. She tells him that she has a special ability that allows her to see injuries in the body. She reminds him that he has some damaged vertebrae that paralyzed him below the waist. But she tells him that he doesn't have that injury anymore and that the reason why he cannot walk is because it is all in his head. I mean, hindsight, retcon from now, but could that be that Guardian power healed his back maybe at some point? And Hal did soup him up for a while, so
Hal could have been the one to heal him, and then he was just punishing himself.
Yeah, or just the power. Even though even if he doesn't have the power Hal gave him was healing him when he had it.
It's. I
I mean,
don't feel like John has been treated very well since Mosaic up until. Well, I think he was treated better during Rebirth, but from end of Mosaic to Rebirth, there's a lot of not so great treatment of John, as a character. Although with Winnick, we do get to him to be a Green Lantern again, which is good, and he starts palling around with the JLA, so
yeah.
that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
But I don't know. This is a weird way to get there. A weird way to get there.
Yes, sir. All right. Meanwhile, back in Manhattan, Jade continues to fight against the trio. Despite being outnumbered 3-1, Jade is managing to hold her own against the group for a while. Nearby, Cal talks with Hal, who tells him that he needs to make himself whole and not just the injuries that he sustained in the battle against the Inferno group. He then warns Green Lantern that something is coming and that he should be prepared to make himself whole, and then disappears. Oh, so you mean like Ganthet during Our Worlds at War? So, be wary. Be wary. Here's your vague warning.
Some vagary of vagueness.
Yes. I know. Hal disappeared. He should have been like, okay, Ganthet. Cal then uses his ring to not only heal his injuries, but recreate his uniform. Doesn't the ring always do that?
I thought so, but whatever.
As Jade continues, I mean, the body is more impressive. I mean, it's healing tissue, and I'm sure it's where he's working on the molecular level. But yeah, it's always just the uniform. Oh wait. He heals the uniform himself. As Jade continues to fight against the trio, Jade then encases one of them in a box, who uses her power to try and break out. But because the oxygen has been cut off, she kills herself and dies from her injuries. The other two members try to run away, but Jade encases them in boxes as well, telling them that there's something familiar about them and tells them to reveal to her the location of a certain person. Just then, Kyle comes in and asks Jade what she means and who she's looking for. Jade then takes him and the others underground to a room where they find Martin Van Wyck, better known as Effigy. They both recognize each other, with Jade and Kyle realizing that Effigy has suffered a psychotic breakdown again. His schizophrenia had manifested through his powers with the creation of 3 independent pyrokinetic characters calling themselves Torch, Blaze, and Ember. Jade and Rayner defeated the 3 aspects, and Effigy agreed to return to prison. Afterwards, they're seen sitting on top of the Brooklyn Bridge, talking about how the battle ended. Jade asked Cal how he managed to heal himself, considering that he had 3rd-degree burns all over his back, and that he was going into shock, considering that it's outside his abilities. Cal tells her that physically he's fine, but Jade senses that he's nervous, but Cal doesn't know why, but that he's never been so scared in his life before.
Ioning. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I think these issues were reprinted, because it said this issue is reprinted in the trade paperback. Green Lantern, The Power of Ion.
Oh, okay, cool. So at least The Power of Ion is
Yes.
reprinted in, so that's good.
And it's on DC Universe Infinite, kids.
I don't understand the line between
at the end?
Jade and Kyle where he said he's your brother.
Yes. Because I'm trying to remember. I remember someone bringing this up. I don't know if it was on a letter page or what, and I can't remember if they ever explained it. I mean, were they originally going to do something with Obsidian? But I'm just like, why are they calling him the brother? Yeah.
Or was Obsidian? I mean, I was thinking maybe Obsidian worked at the mental health place where they took Effigy, and he was saying, well, yeah, he was really creepy. He goes, yeah, but he's your brother, talking about Obsidian, and when she met. But it made no sense to me. I was like, what is going on here? So yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Again, was that a mistake, or was? I mean, it's a mistake, but I was like, oh, I think I remember reading that. I'm like, oh God, don't tell me they're going to reveal that he's like another Alan Scott child or something. or he's like an adopted brother. I don't
You
know.
know, I think, that's something else. The characters don't sound like themselves, since
Yeah.
that that's I think that's also probably contributing to my problems with these issues is that I think the pacing is weird, and then the dialogue is not, what we've grown to expect. Again, and that plays back to that, that unheard of consistency for 7 years, right?
Yes.
Of almost 7 years, whatever it was, of Ron Mars and Daryl Banks for the most part, with some great Jeff Johnson thrown in there as well as some other really good artists. But we've had what, 3 different artists in the last 3 issues,
Yeah.
so now I think that's hurting it as well.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder. I mean, is it was Dale Eaglesham on 150? I'm trying to remember. Maybe
Hmm.
we're revving up for that, or
Let's see, who is 150?
and we were talking about the pacing. I'm trying to remember. I think it might be next issue is the Joker's Last Laugh tie-in. So I wonder if we were just like pacing ourselves for that too, or
Well, it looks like 150 has got uh, 38 pages, but the first 11 pages are done by Pat Quinn. And then Dale Eaglesham, I think, does the rest, I
Hmm.
guess. I don't know. I don't know. That's so, yeah, I just,
oh, the power of I was trying to find an answer to that brother line, but the power of Ion. I mean, I clicked the link on Amazon. It looks like it's going for like $91, so it might be out of
out
print.
of
Hard to
print.
find something.
Hmm.
So yeah, haha, I got the floppies.
Haha.
ah, but yeah, I'm trying to. I remember seeing that brother line, and I don't remember if they ever explained that away or not. Not everyone's Ron Mars explaining, a second green girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the power of Ion looks like it collects all the way back to. Oh, yep, there's 142. Yep, it's collected. Yeah, I just completely missed that 142. Huh, it looks like 141 is strangely not in the power of Ion trade. At
wow.
least at least according to this.
So all of a sudden they're just in the middle of a fight.
I guess so. I mean, that's
boy,
that's
they agreed with you. Well, this could have been done in one.
yeah, it looks like it goes up through 150. So I wonder if it goes further. Let's see. Yeah, 150. Whoops, I'm at 143. Sorry.
And I know he was rambling, but just when they find Effigy and they're talking to him, I mean, of course, I mean, doesn't surprise me, but doesn't seem like they're like, oh yeah, we haven't seen you since like you broke free from the controllers, and like they don't even mention like that one shot with like Killer Frost or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like 151 starts Brothers Keeper as the
Yeah.
next collection. So, yeah, yeah, that was just that last page really was weird. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't get it.
He's your brother. What?
What? This is not Star Wars? Sorry.
Damn it, Will. Now I'm gonna have to like after we get off, probably like tomorrow, I'm going to be going through my floppies, be like reading letters pages, like, does it explain this?
Where is this explained? Yeah, I don't know. Um, what, let's see, Winnick's run ends around 164, 165, I think is what we determined with
Something
the
like that. Yeah.
the Green Arrow issue crossover.
Yeah, I think the Green Arrow stuff was his last.
So we really have about just 2 more. So he was on the title for what, about 2 years? Does that sound?
From from like 129 to what 164 or whatever.
Yeah,
So wait,
164.
yeah,
It'll be 35. It's almost 3 years.
yeah.
Wow. And then a little under 7 years for Ron Mars. So that gets us up to 9 years, and then the rest are fill-in issues by pretty much Ben Robb, right?
Yeah. Yeah, until Mars comes back, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting. Very interesting. So we've got, at this point, we're on, probably this is almost the end of Winnick's first year.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, let's see. So it's 39, 40. Yeah, so yeah, we're probably like 12, 13 issues in now, so yeah.
Because he started in 129, was that what it
Yeah.
was?
Yeah. Yes, like I say, yeah. 142 is like what, yeah, that's like what 12, 13 issues in, so yeah, it's first year.
Yep. Well, yep, and 129 is his first issue, so this is 142, so we're almost at the end of his, we're past the end of his first year, so yeah. I don't know, it doesn't seem to me like, and maybe this is just, I don't want to hate on Winnick because I think he's
Yeah.
a good writer,
Yeah.
but it doesn't seem like much has happened.
But and
You
again,
know?
too, I mean, we're dragging out the Ion thing because I mean, look at Ron Mars's run. We didn't drag any plot point out this long.
Yeah, we had, the longest story was like 3 issue arc, right? For stuff.
I mean, when Hal Jordan came forward in
Oh, we
time,
had 6. Yeah,
that was 6, but I think weren't they doing 2 a month or something?
yeah, I think
So that
so.
was
Yeah.
only a 3-month thing. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we're coming to the meat and potatoes probably of the Ion story, I guess. For
Oh,
these next 8 issues. So.
oh my God, was the secret the Mars's run to trying to save the Green Arrow book every 6 months?
We get that at the end of his run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's Oliver Queen. Yeah, that's Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. This, I'm going to take a wait and see attitude, but so far, it feels clumsy to me. It just feels clumsy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like I said, if anything, it feels slow to me.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like you said, there's
mean-
issues where like hardly anything happens. Like that Alan Scott issue. I mean, it was a nice
Yeah.
sentiment, but yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, really, basically them staying around talking and playing. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, and I mean, Mars even said, hey, it's a special effects book, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
So,
that's the other thing too. There's way more Cal in the mix than there actually is Green Lantern.
yeah, and that might be part of it. But
Which again is weird when you consider he's becoming Ion. But again, are he's trying to compare and contrast his two sides?
yeah, I mean, potentially. But I mean, I feel like we kind of got the answer that or maybe this is addressed in Rebirth. Hal tries to have a private life, but soon it's just, hey, all space all the time, right? That's where the core is, and that's what's going on. So
Yeah. And I mean,
and
he's going to be going into space here pretty soon,
yeah.
post 150. Yeah.
But I think too is that the level of, I don't know, villain or level of obstacles that are being thrown in his way at this point, you would think that they would be leveling up as Ion levels up to show us that he's getting more powerful. But he's showing how powerful he is against less than stellar threats, I guess is what I'm shooting at. So I mean, I guess that's why it's not working for me as much. I mean, I think there's several reasons, but that also doesn't help.
Yeah. And again, this is so different from Mars's run.
Yeah, completely different. And again, like I said,
Pace.
I was going to look back and say, the Mars run, he made Hal go bad, so it's the worst thing ever. But it wasn't. It was really good.
Yeah.
Um,
And again, you can't blame Mars. I mean, that
was editorial.
that was marching orders. Yeah.
But it was better than I had remembered it. From reading it all that time ago. I feel like I appreciate it more now. Winnick's run, I came into going, hey, yeah, this is going to be great because it's Judd Winnick, right? And
Yeah.
so far the opposite has happened.
Yeah.
I don't. That may be me. I don't know, but there's just it seems off. It really does seem
I
off.
get everything you say. Like I say, I like this run, but it is so different from Mars's, especially the pacing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, some of the characterizations are off, but yeah, I think that one of the biggest things is the pacing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we're gonna. What are we doing next week?
Oh, remember, William, next week is we're gonna start our Spectre. We're gonna do the first 8
That's
issues
right.
of Spectre. Yes.
Nice, very nice.
So
I'll get to read those. So Power of Ion is the collection that goes from 142 to 150, so that's 9 issues. And I've not read it. So, the only thing I've read at this point is 142. So we have 8 issues to go for this story arc that, has been collected. Does it pick up? What's the, as far as this storyline goes, I mean, do you rate it up there as Winnick's best, or, is Brother's Keeper better, or how? Because you have a perspective that I don't, because I've not ever read these before.
yeah, I'm trying to remember because I think around 150 might be better, but again, I haven't reread those yet. Ask me again after we reread them, but yeah, then I think it's like, what is it, like maybe 4 or 5 issues after 150, like there's a bunch of like little arcs, like 1 or 2 issue arcs, and then he's off to space. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, maybe it's just.
yeah,
Maybe
I'm not remembering all the details. So yeah, get back to me
Hmm.
when we reread these.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, to me, the heyday was the Ron Mars stuff, like the first Ron
Yeah.
Mars stuff. Yeah.
Oh, and I did look for. I have a guide that lists sales in it, but I haven't been able to find it yet because I wanted to check to see if my theory that sales started dropping off during Winnick's run is what led to ultimately did sales just stay normal, and they had high powered Jeff Johnson coming in, and they're like, we're going to just cancel the book and come in, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
but he wasn't high powered at that point. He was coming off of the JSA book, so he was known,
Mhm.
but he wasn't one of senior VP of DC at this point or whatever
Yeah.
title he has. So I am curious if sales stagnating or even going down, was an additional reason for Rebirth to happen, or
I have
because
a feeling it was in they had the thought in their head, but I'm sure when they were making the argument to bring him back, they were like, "Well, look at our the sales have slowly been going down." So, which is the original reason that we got rid of him, right?
Exactly. Irony. The universe runs on irony.
Oh yeah. So, anything else, Willie?
No, I mean, I guess I'm wanting to read more of this to see kind of how it plays out and see if it comes together. I mean, I hope it does. But hey, we've got Spectre to read by who? Phil? Who is the Spectre by?
Oh, that's right. Yes, the Spectre by friend, our good friend who's joined us many times. So yes, big friend of the show, Mr. J.M. DeMatteis.
This is J.M. DeMatteis, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Nice.
Nice. All right. So yes, next week the first 8 issues of the Spectre. I was looking at the schedule for next year. Oh, and then in 2 weeks, it'll be the first week of January. We'll be covering the Spectre 9 through 17. So yes, the next 2 weeks, lots of Spectres.
Cool.
And then in 3 weeks, it'll be our episode 100. So
we're doing origin stories, apparently, right?
I mean,
if voting holds true.
As far as the poll goes, yeah, that seems to be the case. So,
okay, cool. And then we will jump back into Green Lantern by Judd Winnick, right?
Yes. Like I said, yes. And then so 1, 2, 3. So in 4 weeks, we'll be back to the Judd Winnick one, Green Lantern 143 through 145. And I believe 143 is the Joker's Last Laugh crossover. So
okay.
Just one issue.
Yeah.
The Joker has Graven. Yes.
So after that, do you do 146 through 150, or do we do 146 through 148?
Oh, come on, Jesus. I just closed the hold on. I act like it's so hard. I just got to click. Okay. No, I do Green Lantern 146 and 147. And that episode, we also do Action Comics 789 through 790, because I don't think we mentioned this. I think Guy Gardner either goes missing, or people think he's dead, or he at least goes missing. But then we see what happened to Guy Gardner in those Action Comics issues. So,
wow, I didn't know that there was some Guy Gardner action in Action Comics. That's cool.
that background character disappeared. What? But yes, no. Then the episode after that, we'll do 148 through 150. So
cool, very cool. All right.
Remind me, I wanted to ask you something when we get off the air. All right.
Okay.
All right, kids. So yes, send us your thoughts. Yes, who gave you about the next 6 weeks of episodes. So send us your thoughts, especially for episode 100, for all those first appearances by iconic Green Lantern characters. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Capes and Lunatics is on Hive right now, even though I was trying to post today and was giving me issues. So, yes, find links to all the various social medias for all our shows, and keep an eye on social media, because, yes, you can find information on new shows coming in January. Salty and Petty with myself and Lilith Hellfire, and Marvel Tales, where we'll talk anything and everything Marvel, me and Justin. And we'll have some guests along the way, which, if we can get that important man, Mr. Will Allred, we'll see if we can get that going. So yes, find all that. And again, the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube. Everything gets a video. So if you want to see what all these maniacs look like, including myself, yes, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of it, especially when we do interviews.
Smash it.
And most importantly, the Patreon, because yes, once again, we're paying for this out of our own pocket. Every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats. Is he a madman? Is he a genius? I don't know.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And again, superhero movie brackets are over, thank God. But you can listen to the whole series now on Patreon, and we'll have, I think we're going to try to do some returning shows, maybe some Wade's World, maybe a Quantum Zone or so along the way. But also, if you're a patron, you get that. Throw out some suggestions. Lil said we'll do some of your suggestions. So become a patron now. And ladies, please get in there, because it's such a sausage fest right now with Ray Russell and Justin. So, hey, boys. So yes, we need more ladies there. And of course, pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And if you see Lilith Hellfire in Las Vegas during her birthday weekend, by the time this hits the podcast, I think she'll be already be back. So hopefully you saw Lilith Hellfire in Las Vegas. All right. Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of the Kickstarter, master of podcasting all over. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Wallred, at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter. I'm on Hive too. I think that's the same thing, but I haven't. I need a not phone app because I'm old. Get off my lawn. Anyway,
I know.
you can find me there, and you can find me at Facebook and other social media that I may or may not remember of setting up. Also, you can find my self-published comics published via Kickstarter. Hey, Crossover Division number 3, yes. Crossover Division, you can check out Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com, or you can check out Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And Phil is not the only, professional podcaster that I annoy on a week-to-week basis. I also do that with Kevin Joseph, who's the writer of Tart and other comics. And together we interview Kickstarter creators, Kickstarter comic creators about their currently running projects on the platform. It's called Explain Yourself. It's every Friday night at 11 o'clock Eastern time. We use some salty language, so it's way past kids' bedtime. Anyway, and obviously you have great taste because you're here listening to a Quasar podcast. So that means you also love Quasar, and if you want to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
I'll put it in my navel.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party. He goes limp in my grip. Seems like I'm getting a package every other day. I am God. And I, of course, love him.
I do.
Doesn't he sound insane? Doesn't he sound insane? No, those are his other drops.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
That's a-hole Hal Jordan.
That a-hole Hal Jordan.
Just wait. No, it'll be a-hole Hal Jordan until we hit Rebirth. Then it'll be like, oh, our savior, Hal Jordan.
Yes.
Oh, DC.
Who has to punch Batman? He gets to punch Batman.
Yes. Until Batman gets to punch him. Until Batman gets to punch him back.
Yeah.
Ray, I can see Ray give both issues. Yes.
Aw.
His favorite character. All right, kids. Yes, thank you for joining us again. Next 2 weeks, man, we're going to be doing some Spectre. Spectre 1 through 8 next week, and then 9 through 17 the week after. So find those floppies where you can, because they're not on the app, and I don't think they're collected. So
they have not been collected. Work on that, DC.
Yes. Email DC and demand they collect that. Then email Marvel and collect his Spectacular Spider-Man run. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. And until next time, remember, don't play with matches. Or psychotic aliens. Good night.
Exactly.